Okay, shalom, shalom. Kwam Yasha'Allah, Koholim La Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Kahachodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. Just want to say the water to the H.I.M and Ahwaf. That's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. This is Yachanan Wach. That's coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use. Fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is the use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. So I want to play video. Let me see here. A couple of little news articles that I seen. With Trump, he's wrecking America. He's wrecking balling America. Well, I guess the elite, but of course it's Yahweh Bashim Shah, of course. But now this is I got two articles I'm just gonna go into. Now this is the Brits. These are the Edomites over there, uh, you know, and they call themselves all different kinds of names: Brits, British, Polish, Austrians. I don't know, Belgium, Germany, whatever, wherever Esau is at, he stole. But they're all Edomites, Russians, Ukrainians. They're just calling themselves all these different names, but actually there are a group of Edomites, Israelis. They're all the same people. They are Esau, Edom. They come from the forefather of Abraham, Isaac, and Esau, which are Edomites. They are red in color. They're not white people. They're not Europeans. They're not any of these names that they're claiming to be. They are actually biblically Edomites. But these Edomites over there are shitting on these Edomites over here in Babylon, because these Edomites in Babylon, over here in the Americas, we call it Babylon because this is really spiritually Babylon, and this place is wicked as hell. And even those Edomites over there know that this Babylon the Great is a whole different breed of Edomites. These are the most wicked, I would have to say, other than those J double O's, if you know who I'm talking about. They're the top tribe of these Edomites. Okay, but it says it's an absolute dump. This is what they're saying about America. Brits were asked if they want to move to the U.S. Their response are eye-opening. Right? So I want to jump to this quick video with this one little chick here asking Brits if they move to the U.S. Meanwhile, why are so many Americans moving to the U.K.? Yeah, motherfuckers is leaving here, going there. And then Trump, he was talking about not that long ago too. He was talking about as he was getting rid of the brown people, the immigrants, talking about shithole countries and this, that, and the third. And he was like, well, why don't, basically in so many words, good white people come here? Because they know that them people are afraid of getting shot at, man, getting shot up, getting robbed, you know. They don't want to send their kids to school here. Back in the days, that used to be a big thing, you know what I'm saying? Because America was top dog. They had Yale, Princeton, some pretty decent colleges and shit like that. America was just on the top of the world. After World War II, this, that, and the third. So a lot of these countries, they didn't mind dealing with America. Now they can see America as a complete goddamn dump, man. These people see this place as the trash can of the world. Well, let me play this chick right here, right? This is an Edomite, of course. Well, she appears to be an Edomite. She could be an Israelite, but again, see, they have that pinkish, reddish, rosy red. They're not white people, man. Anyway, let's play what she says. See, this is the way that they think about America, man. And these are your younger group of people. Where they had some older people that was being, interviewed as well. But this is how they think, man. You know what I'm saying? They, and then they look at the arrogance of America too. And this is just really just a nation divided. Matter of fact, let me get that because see, they're acting as if they have no idea that they're in the same league or the same group of people, but they feel like as if they're separated by these continents and these names that they call themselves with their different flags, but they are the same people. They have no idea that they really should just be grouping up together and trying to shit have some babies, man, because they're dying off quicker than they're being born. Now I had this Revelation 17 and 16 up. It says, "And the 10 whores which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore." It's like, yeah, in these other countries, they hate the whore, which is Babylon the Great, the Americas. This place is the great whore. She's the whore. And these other nations, they are part of them 10 horns. Those other nations, they're all Israel. I mean, they're all Edomites though. And shall make her desolate and naked, because this is what's coming, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. See? So these they have a total disdain for America, even though they're the same people. They don't act like it. They don't even seem like it. They don't even want to be. But it's like that distant cousin, that cousin that, you know what I'm saying, or that, say for instance, you had a family of 7, 3 of them, went to New York, 3 of them went to, Alabama, one of them lived in California, and it's kind of like they're all family, but you know what I'm saying, they all got different outlooks on life. One group don't like the other group. The up north ones don't like the down south ones. The down south ones don't like the up north ones, but they're the same people, you know. So the separation, though, that's there is the important part, because this is how we know that this kingdom is falling. This is Matthew 12 and 25. Let's get that real quick. Because not only are they being separated within their own continents, they're being separated as a nation of people within all the continents that they've conquered, so to speak, or they've stolen, I would say, right? Because you have people that believe that America is a nation, but that's not the true definition of a nation. There's plenty of ethnicities here. That doesn't, all different ethnicities are here. They're different nations of people. America, the landmass, is just a continent. But Esau, he has flipped the script and he's got people thinking that, okay, you live in this landmass, that's what you are. You were born in this landmass, that's what you are. No, but see, that's Esau being crafty. He wants to get around the fact that he's actually a goddamn Edomite. You know what I'm saying? He don't want the world to know that he's you know what I'm saying, Esau Edom. That's the last thing he wants people to know. He wants to hide behind these because he's a fugitive. Really, he don't want them to know that they're the spiritual being of a reincarnation of Cain. They're fugitives in the earth, right? So they use these different names, these land masses, and I'm this, I'm that, I'm Spanish, I'm Venice, whatever the case may be. But biblically, we all have biblical nationalities, man, and they are Esau, Edom. Matthew 12 and 25, and Yahweh knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. If Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? So this kingdom of Esau, they're divided against each other. And see, they try and keep everybody else divided as well. Because really, in reality, they're saying they're a majority, but really they're the minority. They're greatly despised. Matter of fact, that scripture that talks about that, they're small among the heathen in Obadiah. They're greatly despised. See, these nations, they despise, well, everybody despise Esau overall. But Esau and these other nations, they despise each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, they despise the Edomites that's here in America. They hate these fucking Americans, man. They're arrogant. Like they said, they're prideful. You know what I'm saying? They chip on their damn shoulder. We're the best, you know. And matter of fact, these Edomites, when they leave here and they travel over to them other countries, they get into all kinds of trouble. They feel as if, you know what I'm saying, I'm American, respect me, where's my rights? They think that the American rights or their constitution goes to everybody's country and they can just do what the fuck they want to do. But this is Obadiah 1 and 2. Matter of fact, let me start from verse 1, because this is really what's about to happen in the place. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord God concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord Yahweh. And when we see all caps, I like to always explain it in my videos. Lord, when you see Lord in all capital letters, that's Yahweh. Because it's important to know the true name of the Father, Yahweh, which means that he exists, or the existing one. And the true name of his son is Yahweh, which means he's the savior or deliverer in the Paleo Hebrew. And he's not some blonde haired, blue eyed white guy. He don't look like none of these people. He's not some pinkish to reddish ass blonde haired, blue eyed white person with clean leprosy, man. The Lord is a dark melanated man. He would be a Negro if he was walking the earth today. But let's get this back from the top. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord God. Obadiah 1 and 1 Salakia. And it's actually entitled Edom Will Be Humbled. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord God concerning Edom. So this is concerning this group of people, this race of people, Edom, you so-called white people. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, Yahweh, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. You know, when an ambassador goes out, that's like a delegate, or like how they have people travel to embassies, from different nations. But it says, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye and let us rise up against her in battle. This is how these nations are looking at you Americans, you American Edomites, but just in general, you Edomites in general. But the Lord is going to use your own people to demolish your own people. Starting with those Russians. Verse 2, Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. See that? These people don't like you. Your own people don't like you. Now, with another article, let me see, I think they had another video in here. Again, this is fair use. Let's see, I didn't look at this one. Let's see what this person says, though, interesting to watch it. The healthcare costs are the clincher for me, because they know that you can't afford to be healthy here. And it's not a healthy place. The food is trash, you know. GMO foods. America don't give a fuck about. They feed you slop, bro, for real. The average Joe here could not afford American costs. Wages are not high enough. So let's see. Okay, and there you have it. A lot of information there. And people in the comment boards, of course, are shitting on this place. But America, these Edomites here, hey, it's Babylon the Great, man. This is the great whore, you know? And pretty much it's crazy because America is actually a branch off of the UK, basically, the British or the Brits, so to speak, or that particular area of that kingdom. They branched off from there and came here, stole this land, and put together some shit that they claim, that they want it to be so much better, but it's far worse off. You see what I'm saying? So let me go to this next article though. This was the one with Trump, right? Now it says Trump. Now this right here is crazy as fuck because this'll get money um um scheme, so to speak. Well, I want to say scheme. Hey, that damn soccer make money. Soccer make more money, I think, than any of these other sports combined in a sense. But it says Trump blocked World Cup fans from 15 nations entering the U.S. 17,000 ticket cancellations fueled a growing international backlash, right? So it says the 2026 FIFA World Cup was meant to be a moment of global celebration, with millions of fans from all over the world planning to travel to the United States, Mexico, and Canada to watch soccer's best event. Instead, it has become a political flashpoint, right? So these are all places that Trump is talking about invading. These people would be better off, staying at home. Even the soccer players, they should stay home. It's not safe for them to come here, man. Me as a owner, if I was the owner, if I was a coach, I would definitely, even just as players, the players should be like, hey, look, man, America's not safe. And especially people that's, why the fuck would you come here? Because, Esau right now, I done a lesson on it. Foreigners coming into the country right now, there's a possibility of them gathering DNA from you. Now, I'm not sure if they gonna swab your damn jaw on the inside, if they gonna take damn blood. Motherfuckers might want a damn sperm injection or something. Probably give you a damn porn magazine and give you a cup to ejaculate in. Ain't no telling with these people. But if you're a foreigner and you coming into this country as of I think it started December 26th. I think it was. But if you're a foreigner coming into this country, of course they want biometrics, fingerprints, eye scans, but now they're talking about DNA. So why would you come here? And then there's a good chance that you can get here and you can get locked away and you don't even make it back to your country, man. These motherfuckers will have your ass in alligator Alcatraz, right? So it's not even wise to even come here. So you think that with what's going on, they would have already done either, well, they're not gonna cancel it because there's so much money at it, but you think that they would put that bitch on hold or hold that shit somewhere else. You think these countries will have enough balls to say, nah, we're not sending our people there. But you got doofies that'll come here and just to see this stupid ass fucking soccer, man. Okay, but it says Trump's 15 Nations World Cup entry ban just turned into a massive 2026 problem, right? So let's see what we can get in here. Your ultimate companion for sports gaming accesses depth coverage. Let me see. I think that's the app. Let me see. Okay, in an internal State Department directive, officials were told to stop issuing visas for citizens up to 75 countries, bro. That's crazy. While the administration reviews screening and vetting procedures, some of those countries include 15 nations that have qualified for the tournament. So here you go. You got 15 nations that's been qualified for the tournament, and they telling you, well, I guess, in a sense, when you think about it, if they're on top of these, with ICE agents out here shooting at people, shooting white bitches in the face, you know what I'm saying, and all this other stuff, and if they going so hard about so-called getting rid of immigrants, going door to door to door, door to door to door, then you would think that, okay, if they allow millions of people to come in here for this particular games, then a lot of them gonna, overstay their visa and not gonna be going back home. They're just gonna be, and then that could be a lot of slippery shit where you have a lot of, but at the same time too, Esau, he'll slip in his sleeper cells. He'll slip in, his group of people that he wants to be here, and that's pretty much if this shit happens, the people that's gonna be coming in here, you better believe that a percentage of them are gonna be, some undercover agents that's gonna really crack you Americans' heads, man. Okay, because this is a real money grab. It's a real money maker. This soccer shit is big, man. All over the world, this shit is big. This shit is huge. I'm thinking I gotta say this has got to be the number one sport in the world. Don't quote me on that, but I'm thinking it is. But you think, okay, if you feeling that way about these nations coming in here, or these people that want to come and see the games, why not just say, you know what, we don't want to hold the games. Hold it somewhere else. Why don't you let Russia have it? Or why don't you let it be in China or something? You think that these people would have done said already, you know what, we're just going to cancel going to the Americas. But, they set stuff like this up, years in advance. So it's kind of like, it's almost as if, they like, all right, well, we too far in. We can't even, stop the shit. We just going to have to just go and just make the best of it and keep it moving afterwards. Okay, but that's crazy, though. It says some of those countries include 15 nations that have qualified for the tournament, meaning that everyday supporters without existing visas could be denied entry. Or if you get in here, man, you might not get out of here. I wouldn't come here. At the heart of the controversy is a travel restriction tied to broader immigration policies under the Trump administration. An internal memo to the U.S. embassies directed consular officers to pause or refuse visa issuance for applicants from dozens of countries while procedures are reassessed. Among those affected are 15 nations whose teams have qualified for the 2026 World Cup, including Algeria, Brazil, Egypt, Iran, Morocco, Senegal, Tunisia, Uruguay, and others. So why isn't Russia on the list? I bet you Russia coming in here. I bet you China coming in here. Aren't those like your main enemies? See how this works? While the ban allows diplomats, team officials, players, and their families to travel for the tournament, ordinary fans are not covered by those exemptions. That means supporters from qualified teams, people who bought tickets and made travel plans, could still be denied entry when they arrive at the U.S. border or consulate. Man, you might as well, hey, shit, frame them tickets if that's the case. Frame your jersey, get you a permanent marker, and sign some cleats yourself. The timing is especially disruptive, with the competition scheduling from June 11th through July 19th and millions of visitors expected. The policy risks creating empty stadium sections and disappointed traveling fans. It also clashes directly with the message of FIFA and the U.S. organizers have tried to promote that the World Cup is a global event meant to bring people together. Shit. Nah, man, the Lord is separating the world. That mirth is gone. That shit is a wrap. The impact isn't limited to fans in Africa, South America, and Middle East. Supporters in Europe and elsewhere are now publicly discussing the possibility of skipping the tournament entirely, prompting concerns about the event's reputation and international goodwill. And too, America is already down with tourism. Like the Canadians, America done missed out on, maybe about, I don't know, 60, 70 billion, as of 2025 going into 2026, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know, like $100 billion in tourism, because them Canadians don't want to come here. A lot of businesses on the Canadian border that connect with the U.S., them shits is done. Them white people, them businesses shuttering. Ski resorts, restaurants, hotels, all kinds of stuff, because a lot of Canadians, they would come over here, and a lot of Americans would go to Canada, but them Canadians, they like, nah, we'll just wait till Trump ass is gone if we ever coming back there, and that's if. You got Jim Beam, I think the whiskey company, bourbon, it's a lot of companies, that the Canadians would pretty much kept all that shit afloat here, but that business just went out of they just got rid of like 1,500 people and closed down the Jim Beam distillery. I'm trying to think what city is in, but because Canada shut all that shit down, they're like, no, we're not. With the tariffs and all that shit, no, we don't want any of your products. So any products that was coming from America and going to over there to Canada that they would normally buy, that shit is shuttered, man. So it's a done deal. So 17,000 tickets cancellations followed fast, and the international backlash keeps growing. The result has been fallout far beyond the world of politics. A wave of ticket cancellations, estimated at nearly 17,000 fans withdrawing their participation, suggesting deep unease among soccer supporters about traveling to the United States this summer. That's a lot of money, man. And that's just 17,000 fans. That's just, a few. Some of these fans, man, they put all into that shit, man. They go hard about that shit. Motherfuckers saving up money and shit. Okay, it says breaking. International fans are canceling their World Cup tickets to protest Trump's violent immigration crackdown. The 2026 World Cup was supposed to be a global celebration. Instead, it's rapidly becoming a global rebuke of Trump's America. And you gotta, you really gotta just see it. Like, it's so much of this shit going on. Nobody likes this guy, and they just don't seem. It's like he was here yesterday in Michigan, and a guy called him a pedophile protector, but he threw up the middle finger. He said "fuck you" and threw up the middle finger. So this guy, he's looking, he's as doofy as he looks with this fucking hat on in this picture right here. Okay, it says the first sign of real backlash came from ticketing platforms. Reports show that around 16,800 ticket holders canceled their 2026 World Cup seats, many citing the U.S. political climate, safety concerns, and perceived hostility towards foreigners as a reason for backing out. Hey, you better not come here. Y'all better stay y'all asses at home and watch that shit on TV. On social media and fan forums, the sentiment has been blunt. Some supporters are urging others to boycott the U.S. portion of the tournament unless entry barriers are eased. Nah, for you, why would you come here still? You might as well just stay at home. These cancellations happened fast. The surge took organizers by surprise and has already forced discussions behind the scenes about how to respond. That's how you see these Edomites, they on the other end, they like, man, well look, man, you fucking with our money. You sanctioning everybody, you doing all this shit, you tariffing everybody. You fucking with the money, man. It says the backlash goes beyond ticket holders. Fans from affected countries have publicly condemned the policy, calling it unfair and inconsistent with the spirit of football. You know what I mean? They see this as real football, not that bullshit you see on Sundays. Many supporters have questioned how a global celebration can succeed if large segments of the global fan base are effectively excluded. Critics argue that what was intended as an immigration control measure has instead hurt the U.S. image abroad, turning an event meant to unite people into a source of tension. Many believe that if the policy is not reversed or modified soon, the World Cup could lose some of its shine before the single match is played. Now, ain't nobody coming to that shit. Hey, and it's a beautiful picture right here. You see the brother, the Ak, right here with his back whipped in. This right here is you Americans legacy right here of just being foul to people. You fucking Edomites, you so-called white people, man. And we love it, man. You know? And I'm gonna keep it short on that end, man. You know what I'm saying? I just seen these couple of articles, and Esau is greatly despised. The mirth is gone. The people don't, they all that shit is gone, man. You might as well just, these people trying to see a motherfucking game, you have no idea. These people trying to line you up to get a damn chip. And if you come into these Americas, they already said it. And a lot of these people may not even know that. They might put out the travel advisory from another country and say, well, hey, this might be the possibility. People don't really be paying attention to none of that shit. Next thing you know, you get here to the Americas, you landed in fucking Florida or somewhere, and these motherfuckers is drawing blood from your ass. Talking about damn DNA and how the fuck? Why would you want to? Ain't no damn way I'm going to no country. It's nothing that I would be into so bad. I would pray that it would be nothing. That I would be so enticed with that I would go and let a motherfucker take DNA from me to just go see an event. That shit is stupid as hell, man. Anyway, let me end out there. I pray that the lesson was edifying. With that, Kwame Allah and a Bible ball.